This is Real Talk with Wendy Darling, and I thought today maybe we'd break down Tim Pool's little tantrum. Well, let's
If
listen
the
to this.
Republicans lose in the midterms, I believe that Candace Owens is wholly responsible.
If the Republicans lose the midterms, it's Candace Owens' fault? That's one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Maybe you're aware, Tim Pool, of the transparency we were promised about the Epstein files, just for starts. That could be the reason the midterms could be lost. I know for one, I voted for Donald Trump and a little bit disappointed. While I think he's done some great things, I think he hasn't really kept his word, has he? The Epstein files was a big thing. Why'd he even bring it up? I don't by any means think that's what won him the presidency. But, it's kind of the point of it.
She is one of the biggest podcasts on the right doing everything to go to war with the organization that helped get Trump elected.
Just a reminder, Candace Owens supported Trump for 2025, okay? She's done plenty of interviews about this, calling him a chronic disappointment. She rallied for him until he gave her reason not to.
Turning Point specifically was going out and registering people to vote. Without Charlie, it's in trouble.
Quote, without Charlie, it's in trouble. Okay, so common sense here? That makes me want to know even more. What happened? What happened to Charlie Kirk? And that 30-06 shot that would blow up a moose's head, that his neck of steel stopped. Who did it? Who done it? Do you not want to know? Are you afraid to know? Do you know?
Turning Point needs to be able to go out and rally young people and register them to vote. And she's doing everything she can to destroy that. And that is going to, I suppose, it's going to rip out the coffers on the right. There is no organization like Turning Point that exists anywhere else that has the resources and the reach. And without Charlie, I'm not sure that they can make it.
Without Charlie, I'm not sure they can make it. You repeated yourself, okay? Again, does that not make you want to know what happened? I mean, and what are you doing about it? What are you doing about it, Tim? Timmy boy, what are you doing about it other than sitting on your little platform, fussing about it, saying ugly things, misogynistic things that you probably wouldn't say if Candace weren't a woman. But what you're doing is not helping. It's not helping at all.
But I can tell you this, Candace lighting a Molotov and throwing it through the window is not helping. And it's the most demoralizing thing ever.
If you think that because Candace wants to know the truth, that's demoralizing, then something is wrong with you and you've had the wrong idea this whole time, okay? Somebody needs to have thrown a Molotov a long time ago, okay? I mean, what are you worried about? Are you worried about that maybe your party did it? What are you worried about? Why is this bothering you so bad?
Additionally, all of the cowards on the right who are too scared to say anything about her because she tweets at me talking or whatever, and then a bunch of people come and flood our chat. I could give a single flying.
You talk like garbage. Is that how you represent your party, yourself? You talk like garbage.
You can come and you can burn everything I have to the ground. And I will happily live in a van down by the river.
Well, I guess sometimes you better watch what you say. That van down by the river may not be so far off, eh? Challenge still stands, by the way.
I don't care to be number one. I don't need to be number one.
Well, at least that's good news, because you're not number one. Candace is.
What I care about is what is true.
Now that statement right there, that's the biggest irony in this whole thing. You want the truth, really? Given all the circumstances that we're all aware of, that we can see with our own eyes, you want the truth. But yet when somebody goes out there and really tries to find the truth, all you can do is slam them and talk like a baby and throw slurs. But you want the truth. The truth is there was no crime scene blocked off. The truth is there was no ambulance. The truth is TPUSA moved a body that they shouldn't have touched. The truth is George Zinn, who was at 9/11, was there as a distraction. The truth is they concreted over where Charlie was sitting 3 days after his assassination. The truth is we haven't heard one word from this poor Tyler kid. Did he even do it? What was he doing? There's proof he was at KFC. I mean, proof. You want the truth, Tim? Why don't you jump on board and help try to figure out the truth? How about that?
And what will help this country and what works. And she is a scumbag.
And right there you get it. That misogynistic, narcissistic, all kind of istics passion. That she's a scumbag. That she could figure there. Ugly.
Okay? And she's getting worse every day. And she crossed the line. She continually crosses the line every day, insinuating that Turning Point literally killed the guy who made them all rich.
And who, unlike you, Timmy, had actual morals and was refusing to take a lot of money from donors because it didn't sit right with him, because he was a good man. And if that's not reason enough for whatever to happen, come on, get with it. Get with the game.
And I hear this in the streets, and
I hear this in the streets. Okay.
And at a certain point, I'm like, holy shit, we're going to lose the midterms. We're going to lose the midterms. Then we're going to lose in 2028. And it's because she's a piece of shit.
She's a piece of shit. Nice one. She's a POS because she sees something isn't right. That something wrong happened to her friend. She's trying to just simply figure out the truth. And that makes her a POS. You know, psychology says to really pay attention to what people say, especially when they're spitting negative stuff at someone else, because generally they're talking about themselves.
What is the purpose of intentionally fanning the flames for 3 endless months of just non-stop retard?
Non-stop. I don't even want to say that word. Man, I hope you go back and watch your own videos and how disgusting you actually are. It's no wonder you've had all this trouble with women, you know, because you're just gross. You are gross, and if you have any sense of pride, any sense of goodness inside of you, why don't you jump on board with Candace and try to figure out what happened to Charlie? How about that? Or you You can just go ahead and bend over and accept what you were given. Just take it. Take it like a man. There, Timmy. You're disgusting, and you need to check yourself.
Candace. Holy crap. Initially in the beginning, she brought up some interesting things. New photos had emerged, and I said, wow.
And in the beginning, she brought up some interesting things. But like my manhood, my attention span is only this big.
I even said this to Andrew Colvett at Turning Point at the beginning of October. Now she's at the point where it is video after video where she's saying it's an inside job. She's saying there's a video of the dude, Mikey McCoy, grabbing his phone and making a phone call. And she's acting like that's weird. And then you get this other guy who's claiming that the business is a parking lot. Well, he full well knows businesses can be registered anywhere. To be fair, it's not only just Candace and saying what she's saying. It is all of these people who are like piranhas ripping the right to shreds.
You mean like all of these people who are sick and tired of being lied to and just want to know the truth? Is that what you mean?
And you know what? A lot of cowards on the right being unwilling to say anything about
it's not cowards not wanting to say anything about it, is it? If there's nothing to hide, what's the problem? Why has this become such a big deal? I mean, okay, someone, gets hurt, unalived. There should be a crime scene. Nothing that was done in this case was correct. Nothing. And the quieter that people stay about this, I'm sorry, the worse it's starting to stink. Do you not want to know the truth? I don't think you do. And if not, that really makes one beg to question why. Why, Timmy? Why?
But what I think is likely to start occurring now is the grifter right is cannibalizing itself. You are going to see the right now move from a populist base more to a neocon base. Democrats are going to go to war internally over the far left, and you'll see the emergence now of these deciding to win types, which, like Stephen A. Smith, will start agreeing with people like me and Joe Rogan. And they're going to try and win back the ground, and they're going to utilize the absurdity, psycho-reality of Candace Owens to rip people from the right so that Democrats can start winning again.
I feel like the Democratic Party has done so much to hurt itself at this point that it would take a lot for people to really turn around and go back to being a Democrat. I really do. The people just want the truth. That's all the people have ever wanted. Don't forget, the government works for us. It's not the other way around. Or, well, it's not supposed to be the other way around. We've become such a complacent and lazy lot of people that we just take whatever's given to us. And so I, for one, I'm happy to see somebody finally going, no, we're not just going to take this. We're not going to just take what you're giving us. We want the truth. And I don't even think this comes down to a Democrat-Republican thing. This comes down to a decent human being thing, okay?
And that is the reality the right has to contend with.
The reality that we all have to contend with is that a patriot was assassinated while exercising his First Amendment rights. Okay? Things were not done the right way. And we want to know why. That's what we're contending with. Be it right, be it left, be it center. Everyone should want to know the truth. Everyone. That's what this is about, okay? Understand it.
Conservatives had a coalition. Charlie helped build it. Disaffected liberals came on board. People like Candace are intentionally burning it to the ground.
Well, Timmy, that's one thing we agree on. Charlie did help build it. And I ask you now, what do you think Charlie would want right now? What do you think Charlie would do had this been someone else and not him? I'll bet you he'd be doing the same thing Candace is.
What matters is your relationship with the divine, your relationship with your family, your kids, and maybe a close collection of friends, and your relationship with the truth. And you could decide to lie all the time, then you become a tortured individual, and you know those people. You just turn on television. They're constantly lying, and they just become like disfigured either emotionally, spiritually, or physically. Because when you lie, I believe you're actually committing suicide of the soul. I really believe that. And so you tell the truth, it's awfully liberating. It doesn't matter what people say about you.
100%, because you're living in your truth. And so at any moment, in any given time, there isn't anything that anybody can say that's going to throw you off a rocker, or it's going to make you feel like you need to fight for something that you know might not be true inside. You know what I mean? Like, you have peace every day.
Yes, and I believe peace that transcends all understanding, which is exactly what the scriptures say.
I was just, wow.